Okay. Hey, everyone. I think I got everything working here. Hold on. Got that. All right. Well, I just want to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Alex Sabatelli-Rager, and I'm excited to be presenting X39, the story about it, what it is, what it does, how it works for you, as well as, of course, our company and our founder and the science behind this product and how to get started. What's the best way to get started for you? For those that you may want to share with, it's just an incredible technology. And I've got lots to share with you today. So welcome. Thank you for your attention, your energy, your smiles. I can't see you. I wish I could. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome again to the presentation. We're talking about X39 tonight. X39 is an amazing patch. And before we get started on this, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, actually, before I share the screen, I do want to share a little tiny bit about kind of the nuts and bolts of what we're talking about here when we talk about this product and this movement that we are behind with X39 and LifeWave, because there's a huge industry that we are working in. It's basically a biologics industry that we get to work in only naturally with a phototherapy patch. We get to change the chemistry of the body that literally is in absolute alignment with what this biologics industry is doing right now, which is so groundbreaking and it's huge. So I really hope that I have your attention. We're talking about two different types of cells. We're talking about the difference between universal pluripotent cells and the everyday cells that are already differentiated specialized cells that are that have already turned into specific tissues, organs, and items in our body. Like items, I say, so skin cells, liver cells, lung cells, hair, skin, nails, everything. So those have already been differentiated. But what we are working with here are what are called pluripotent universal cells. They're known as other things as well, but that's just kind of what I'm going to call them for compliance issues, and also because this product works so darn well. We're rocking the world with it, and we want to make sure that we just keep everything under this beautiful, clean umbrella and speak about it properly. So I want you to know the difference of those two cells because that's what we're really going into. So before I get started, I'm going to share my screen, and I want to share with you guys how to get plugged in and how to get your team plugged in. This team is growing like massively. We can't not share about this when you learn about how well it works. So you want to know where to plug people in, and we have lots of great training. So let me go to share screen, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go there, and hopefully I'll get this correct. There we go. So I'm actually sharing with you now basically our weekly schedule and what we are doing every week. And there's actually more than this, and we will be replacing this slide with more things that we're doing. But we do have this call every Monday and Wednesday of every week, and that I'm hosting. And then we also have a call prior to this on Wednesdays, just helping people to get started. And then we have a training call for the team on Saturday mornings. In fact, last week's was with our fearless leader, Onyx Cole. You've got to go back to that if you're already plugged in. Those calls are amazing. And this next slide I'm going to share with you is going to be where you're going to find these calls and where you're going to find these replays and where you want to be tuned in. So if you're on the team or if you're joining the team, join our Facebook group. And then you want to also join this YouTube. You may be watching this on YouTube, so subscribe and look for under the different playlists. You'll see all the different calls that we have there, and you can literally pick out the specific call that you are wanting to watch from last time or another time, or something that's coming up that you want to promote for. So YouTube is a great place to find those links. And then, of course, we're going to talk all about where to find all the information about this incredible patch, as well as all the information about how to do this. If you want to share this with other people, even if it's a few people or a ton of people, doesn't matter to us. We just thank you for it. And we want to make sure you have all the tools at your hands, at your fingertips to do that successfully, because we're not necessarily, how I put it typically, like I'm not attached that you get started on it. I'm just attached that you get the information you need to make an educated choice about it, right? Whether it's the product or the business. These other two sites are all about that. So let's get back into talking around this incredible product, right? Because optimum health and wellness can absolutely be yours with a new approach to improving the way your body fosters the flow of energy. This little power patch changes the flow of energy in your body, and you get improvements everywhere because it's changing the frequency of your entire body. Literally every cell is like infused with light, with energy, frequency. It's all the same thing. And it gives you strength and stamina and so much more beyond that we're going to get into. So if you have not been patched yet, please get back with the person who invited you to learn about this on this call and get yourself patched, whether it's just 1 or 2 to sample it or you get started. I say get started, but when you find out what this does, even in 24 to 48 hours, you're going to want to get even just 2 patches in your hands to experience it, just knowing that what it's doing in your body while you learn more about it. But I'm going to try to cover everything here today. So why would you not want to elevate, activate, and regenerate your cells, your body with this, right? So let me just say this. As a disclaimer, this whole presentation tonight is for educational and invitational purposes only. I do not intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent a single thing. I'm here to enhance your experience and give you education to make, again, an educated decision for yourself. And, you know, the way that this patch works and even the way that our movement, the way that we share this patch and are compensated for that, both of these things are like literally non-linear. It's like you change the epigenetics, you change the energy of the whole body, and it shows up in ways you just would never expect. And it's the same thing for the business. And so I love that about this. There's like science, and then there's this quantum science at the same time. And our team is called Quantum Team for a reason. And you'll see how that works, not only with how the patch works in the body, but how our business model works as well. So this is really exciting. So I already mentioned a little bit about the cellular level. I want to share here now that you know the difference between a universal pluripotent cell and a differentiated cell, I want to share one really cool thing about this differentiation, right? So skin cells themselves can actually revert back into these pluripotent universal cells. I just need you to know that, because when the epigenetics, which is basically the environment around the body, just like the water in a fish tank, if you had dirty water, the fish is not going to do so well in that dirty water, right? So the environment of that water is creating a lot of the epigenetics for the fish's health, right? So the same thing for us. If our epigenetics are in a proper, healthy balance, and our mindset's right, and our toxins are gone, and all this, what happens is if we need more of these universal pluripotent cells, literally our skin cells that have already been differentiated can revert back into more of these universal cells, more of them. So we can actually produce more. We're supposed to. The body is so magical, right? And so it's built in. There's a built-in mechanism. But if the environment's not right, it's not going to happen. So we are going to talk about how this patch changes that environment, so that not only can we produce more of these things, but we can wake up the entire environment and change the way all cells are acting for massive, massive, amazing changes in the body. So that's why you want to consider this, because when you think about the fact that fewer than, I think it's half of these, right? Half of these universal cells are actually active in your body just by the age of 30. They're dormant. They lie dormant because of the toxicity in our food and our air and our water and our stinking thinking. I can't tell you what that does to signal your body to shut down and lie dormant the healthy activity that would be naturally there when you're in alignment and high frequency. That it can't happen that way. So they lie dormant already at age 30, half of them, and by the age of 60, almost all of them are dormant. So that means that we're not able to heal and regenerate and do all the good things to be able to be healthy and to feel good and clear and vibrant. So the fewer the universal cells that we have, the faster that we age and the slower that we heal. This is one of the massive reasons for this, but it's also so unique to each person, because your own thinking, your own food or toxicity, your own genetic makeup, your environments, everything about you is so unique. And the way that your body will slowly break down or age is going to be extremely unique to you. And so too will be your healing ability. But the body's innate ability to heal is what we are tapping into here. The patch isn't the magic. The body's the magic. But what the patch does is what's so exciting. So this is how it works. This is considered an activation patch. I call it my power patch. And what it does is it actually helps to elevate a couple of tripeptides. First, GHK, that binds with the copper in your body and creates GHK copper peptides. These two, it's really one. In general, it's the copper peptide. But when that first 24 to 48 hours of the GHK that goes up, that's when you're getting all this energy infused into every cell. It's like a voltage bolt into every cell, and a whole bunch of cool things happen. And that's what activates those universal pluripotent cells. So what is in this little magic patch, this little power patch, is just organic crystals. It took over 10 years to find the exact and to create actually the exact mixture of crystals inside this little Band-Aid-like patch that simply traps your body heat, which is emitted naturally. We are beings of light. Everything is energy. When that heat comes out off of your skin, it gets trapped underneath this little device, which truly is a patented nanotechnology device. It's a medical device. It's patented as a medical device. But this little thing will trap it and send back to your skin a very specific frequency that's bouncing off of those nanocrystals. Goes back to the skin, and it tells your body to produce GHK copper peptides. GHK first, and again, that binds to copper and creates the copper peptides. And the first thing that happens is that thousands of your genes, we're talking about 4,000 of your genes, a third of your genome, a third of what informs your whole body and being to reset, upregulate to a younger, healthier state. And you're going to learn more about what that does. That is huge. And again, that also elevates and reactivates those dormant cells we just talked about, the 50% and the 100%, just about 100% that lie dormant. So this is another recap of what's happening. The heat is emitted, and that just bounces back. It produces these tripeptides, and healthy activity starts to happen from the innate ability of this phototherapy patch. Again, it is a patented phototherapy, photobiomodulation patch is how it's known. The science has been around for over 100 years on photobiomodulation, but the actual activity of using light and colored light and such to impact the body in healthy ways has been happening since the ancient Greeks. This is not a new technology. It's just a new science here in our new age. So amazing, amazing technology that we're working with. It's very simple to wear. You basically just put it on for 12 hours, take it off, and rest the body for 12 hours, and then put a new one on the next day, and then take it off. I say piggyback it with a habit, such as brushing your teeth. You put your little envelope over there next to your toothbrush so you don't forget to put it on in the morning and take it off at night. And that's as simple as that. You drink a lot of water for sure, because there's a couple of things that are going to happen right in the beginning, and you're going to recognize that your body wants to get to work and flush out extra things that it doesn't want anymore, because it's going to want to start healing, right? So a couple of things can happen here in the beginning. You might start, obviously you'll see all kinds of things that are super fun and beneficial that are going to happen. You might find, however, that you get a little bit sleepy. If for some reason you do, not everybody does. In fact, it's extremely rare. But if somebody finds themselves getting tired or feeling a little bit weighed down, or like, whoa, what's all this energy? You might want to wear it at night instead of it during the day. And then you can even just take half the backing off if you need to, and titrate your way up to the full 12 hours if you need to. Absolutely. The way that the body is going to start to work and heal is so unique to each person. You may not feel anything for a little while. So just be aware of that as well. And that's okay. We have so much science to show you what's happening. And so don't worry, it is happening in the body. It's just going to show up so uniquely for each person. So, we're not going to talk about throw away the cane stories here tonight, although that can happen. It's not like it hasn't. So anyways, it's really exciting. It's super simple to wear. You don't have to change your lifestyle. You're changing your biochemistry with light instead of with chemistry. Nothing is going inside of your body. It's a non-transdermal patch, nothing but light going back into the body. So it's really simple. You can wear more than one patch at a time, especially if you're compromised, or if you're feeling like it's feeling really good. Maybe you're going into a surgery or a knee replacement, or maybe you have some extra wounds that you want to heal, or you just feel like wearing more than one. That's totally fine. I usually say, at least if you're compromised and you've been wearing it for a while and you're going into something or you get injured, by all means, please double up if you can afford to do that. So again, the main things that are happening here is GHK and GHK copper peptides go up. And when you see what happens, even again, immediately after the first 24 to 48 hours, this is the reason why I like to give people just a couple of patches, not because I guarantee that they're going to feel it, because that's rare that somebody's going to feel it the first couple days. But what I know is I'm giving them a full on glow up of 4,000 of their genes getting reset in the first 24 to 48 hours. And that's huge. And I want them to learn about it while they're wearing that, or just at least touching it and feeling it. I just think it's a beautiful way to get people engaged and excited about learning about it. And so here's what's going to happen again. That glow up happens, and then these universal cells go to work. And I'll tell you what, that's where regeneration, repair, and healing all can happen, is when we have these cells. We were born with an abundant amount of them. At least we used to be. I don't know how compromised our babies are now. I'll tell you, I kind of wonder a little bit, because, not everybody's so healthy when they're having their babies now. And it's just, I think we're all a little bit compromised overall. So things like this can be really, really, really beneficial. And the benefits truly are stunning. So here's what happens in the very beginning when you get started. The first immediate effect is that when people start using this, again, this elevation of antioxidants happens, and also a decrease in inflammation. Now, you have to understand that the antioxidants that go up in particular are our master antioxidant called glutathione. Glutathione is what unlocks the toxins out of our cells to be then released through the kidneys and the liver. And I tell you what, this is huge, because these very toxins are what get trapped and held in fat cells, which is why people often have a hard time losing weight. I'm not saying this is a weight loss product, but some people actually lose weight as they release these toxins, because they don't need as many fat cells to hold the toxins in a safer place, right? Because we can actually get rid of them. So those antioxidants, that glutathione, is absolutely huge. And that's one of the first things that happens. So again, lots and lots of water, and just know that that's happening. And again, when you start to release things in the body, there might be a little bit of a release. You might notice that there's a little bit of a detox. That's exciting. Be excited about that. That's not something to be afraid of. There's more and more water, always some rest, and just know it's working in the body, and that's exciting. Second thing, again, inflammation, like a decrease in inflammation. I mean, inflammation and systemic inflammation are absolutely chronic. They are the basis of metabolic syndrome and heart issues, and autoimmune issues and all kinds of things, and certainly pain all over the body and chronic pain. It's really a big deal. And so when that happens, some people feel that immediately. And again, others, it might take a little bit of time, but it's really, really incredible that can happen in the first 48 hours. There's just no time change between light activating your entire body and lighting up all of your cells immediately, and things happening. It's so entirely different and so unique and so thankfully patented that this all can happen with a phototherapy patch instead of chemistry, instead of putting chemicals in the body. No lifestyle change involved here. So here's some of the things you're going to be able to feel: more energy, better sleep, dramatic pain relief. These are the first three things, right? And you might notice your very first day that you'll notice more energy. And it's not like a wiggy type of an energy. It's like a super even, calm, beautiful. I mean, I'm not calm because I'm so excitable about this, but nonetheless, it's a calm, even energy. It's not a jittery type of an energy. You'll definitely notice, and especially those who have like coffee and caffeine, or have that like lull in the afternoon and need that in the afternoon. So to take a peek at that. Better sleep is extremely common for people, especially like even right in the beginning. And this was one of the things that I definitely felt. And not only better sleep, but like deeper and longer sleep and more dreams, which means you're reaching those deeper levels of sleep. So grab a journal, start tracking your dreams, and maybe you'll learn some even more and get more benefits from learning more about what's happening in your subconscious. You never know. And so dramatic pain relief, I know I've talked about this already, but again, a reduction in pain within minutes can happen for some, but please just know that your body is so unique. It has its own basic order of difficulty in terms of what it needs to do to undo whatever imbalances you have. It's so unique. So if your loudest issue is pain, and you're putting this on and you're expecting that pain's going to go away right away, please just be forewarned that if it's not the first thing, we have a whole systems of aging tracking, like a health benefits tracker that can show you all the areas to look at, that you can give a subjective rating to, so that you can see all the areas that's showing up for you as it gets its way to the bigger issues. And so again, like, I know what it's going to do in your body. Just be good and patient, give it a good try, and maybe a miracle will happen. You'll get one of those not uncommon first really early results. So we're excited about that. Wrinkle reduction. This one got me really excited. Take a picture of your face, the front, both sides, your neck, and any scars on your body, because this is really fun to watch change. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the entire body. It builds everything, bones and joints and everything, but boy, does it show up in the skin, especially gets noticeable around 4 to 12 weeks. I highly recommend the Silver Pack. If you've not been on this yet, at least give it those the full 3 months worth to give it a good go and see all the different things that happen. And wrinkle reduction is really exciting. And that collagen is the big key. And people are trying to get that in their body in every possible way they can. And this is one big way that you can. Sports performance, especially as we get older, really becomes very noticeable. Again, more energy, better performance, and recovery after exercise as well. Less pain, less of that delayed onset muscle soreness, and much better performance in general. So you'll get much more out of your workouts. Scar reduction, again, this is a really exciting one that I said take those pictures ahead of time, but even those internal scars, those ropey scars and scar tissue can begin to soften and lessen. And this is something that's the last phase in wound healing that often we just don't even get to. And that's called remodeling. And so this is a big one to really look for. Wound healing is a big one, 3 times faster wound healing. That's not right here on this particular slide, but I have it on another slide. We have so much amazing research. I want you to look into that. I'll show you where to find that in a bit. But this X39 helps to support the natural wound healing process all the way again to that last phase of remodeling. I usually, again, have people wear more than one if they can, if they're in that active healing process with some sort of a surgery, or if they're going into a surgery. I just think it's just that extra support is really helpful. Youth renewal and age reversal. This is kind of what got me in, honestly, because, it just was kind of cool. And I'm geeky, and I like those sort of forward thinking, edgy, cutting edge things. And age reversal kind of got my attention. So the fact that this patch in 24 to 48 hours resets your genes to start acting younger, and as you stay on the patch, they continue to act younger. That's the gig here. Like, if you decide to not wear the patch anymore, then your genes are going to re-regulate up back to your normal way, right? Doesn't mean your scars are going to come back, but it just means you're going to slowly go back to the way that your body was producing. It's just being, right? You'll start to collect toxins again, and all the things. But I'm not saying that it's just like immediate. It's just going to start moving that way. But gosh, if you stay on this, and your genes are being like literally held into this younger state of being, youth renewal and age reversal is a thing, and it's a thing to notice and super exciting. So what I do want to share here also is, yes, we have lots of testimony around hair regrowth and all kinds of other like really unique things that people have. The hair regrowth is really, really common, but we don't have studies on it. It's not a given for everyone. So, but definitely something that I've seen, not only myself, I had a whole new halo of hair coming in at 3 weeks. Really exciting. I wasn't even thinking I was thinning at all, but with the recent pandemic and everything, there's a lot of people that lost hair. This could be a really great solution for them if their body takes with that. But while you're looking at some of these pictures, I really wanted to just share a little bit about brain health and the autonomic nervous system, because the whole brain stem and the nervous system are, they're all one, big unit, right? And oh my gosh, with the stresses of the world, our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system, the sympathetic being fight or flight, the parasympathetic being that calm, relaxation. It's literally the difference between when you're in parasympathetic, you can heal in parasympathetic. You can function, you can be calm, you can have great relationships with people. When you are in fight or flight, your digestion shuts down, you get edgy and wiggy with others. It just affects everything. And no, you can't heal. So the beauty of what we find with this patch is these come into a balance. So you'll notice less triggers. Oh my gosh, this is so huge, especially in today's world. And it's something that it's profound. Like, people's relationships get better. And it's almost seems subtle, but when you look for it, I have to state it because it's so amazing when you actually recognize it happening. But just less triggers, much more calm, much more clarity. There's all kinds of cognition changes. We have all these neurochemicals that come into a balance, and GABA, and that's why we're sleeping better. And it's just amazing what this does for the brain. It helps to create a coherence in the left and right hemisphere, as well as in the brain and the heart, with the heart rate variability. It is amazing. You have to look into the studies. I'll show you where to find them right in just a second, but like really, really, really cool for cognition and also even memory. So these little patches can really get your body working on healing. Again, it's changing and glowing up the entire body, which is why it's so broad what the body can do with that. So you can absolutely have all of these benefits and so much more. And we really want to hear what's happening for you as well. But it's this increase of flow of energy, activating these universal cells, resetting them to a younger, healthier state. It just affects our ability to heal. It's such a new, non-invasive, safe, and completely not only effective, but so affordable, such an affordable way that this can happen. I mean, less than a cup of coffee. So this is where all the information is. This is where we send people to learn more about the product, because it's so important to understand how it works and to be able to share with people in a compliant way. It's all here. You can dive into all the science and geek out like I do, or you can just watch a short video and then get back with the person who invited you to go to this website, or if you're sharing it with somebody else, have them go back to you so you can help them get started, and we'll talk about how to do that once I just talk a little bit about the company right now, a little bit about this opportunity, the industry that we're in, so that you can make a decision that fits really well for you. So I want you to know a little bit about our founder, David Schmidt. He's our CEO and inventor. He has over 130 patents. He literally, like, some people are like, oh, it just looks like a Band-Aid. Like, yeah, we're not patenting a Band-Aid here. This thing is an amazing nanotechnology. He has all of these patents. He's an inventor, scientist, and a two-time recipient of an award of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. This man is at the helm of this ship. He's producing the most incredible things. And this really was the granddaddy of them all when it came to this company, which has been around for almost over 20 years, almost 20 years. We're like just skirting on that now. We've gone from 20 million, so long-term company, but from 20 million to 320 million, literally in the last 3 years. And what happened 3 years ago? X39 was born at that time. It took 10 years to produce it, millions and millions of dollars. And since it came out, it's so effective, it's so good, and it's so spreading like wildfire that the company has grown to that level in 3 years. So it's so much so even that this past summer, we had a month in this summer that the company grew 30%. So in terms of opportunity, are we saturated? Not even close. We're just getting started, but we're doing business in over 75 countries. We're available to do business, and it doesn't mean that they're full, but we are available to do business in over 75 countries right now. And with this kind of growth, I'm hoping that you're seeing that you might be able to hang your hat here. Maybe not your whole hat, maybe not the whole wardrobe, but I have to say, my goodness, there's so many reasons right now to take a look at an opportunity like this. And what's so, again, exciting about it being a patented technology, it's not a food, it's not a lotion or a potion or a shampoo, it's not a weight loss thing, it's not another supplement. We're not changing the chemistry with chemistry. We're not changing anybody's lifestyle. We're not asking you to throw anything away, although you may not need to use some of these products because this does so many things. It's it's a non-Me Too product. It's completely in a class by itself. And that, to me, again, just one of the many reasons why I chose LifeWave and this company to really, start to do something really big with it. And of course, share, because it works so darn well. The potentials of this industry, I got to tell you, I mean, there's of course the weight loss industry and the hair and the supplements and this and that, right? There's the CBD and cannabinoids and so on. But the potential of the biologics industry is enormous. So the therapies I would mention before, some are stem cell therapies or exosomes or PRP, where they pull out your blood and they spin the blood and they try to pull out the platelet-rich plasma and they put it in your scalp and in your face, or they inject it in your body. We're trying to get these universal cells and growth factors to be put into certain areas of the body to change the environment of that, to lower the inflammation and to add healing. But your body can produce it all by itself when you have this light. And guess what? If you were to go outside and get in the sunshine and your body needed vitamin D, it would be signaled by the sun to make vitamin D. Would it produce a ridiculous amount of vitamin D and put it all in one place in your body, thinking that was going to be the thing that was going to make it heal? No, it's going to produce exactly what it needs. It's going to go exactly where it needs to go. It's going to do exactly the function it needs to function. It's not going to overproduce it. And it's the same with GHK copper peptides. When you wear this patch, your body will produce the growth factors that it needs. The universal pluripotent cells that it needs are all going to elevate and start moving around. If it needs more, it's going to go ahead and revert them back from your skin cells so you have more, but nothing in an unnatural way. So while this industry is so big, right? I mean, people are realizing the importance of it and how huge it is. It's exploding from 200 million to 30 billion. A lot of these therapies are completely out of range in terms of cost. Most of them are illegal in the United States now, unless it's pulling from your own blood. But if your own blood, we already know that we don't have much, most of our cells are dormant, right? Those universal cells are dormant. So if you're pulling it out and then you're spinning it and putting it back in, why don't we wake them up first? They can work together really well if you put the patch on before you do some of these. It's still an exciting, industry. It's still growing like massively, but my goodness, are we on the front end of something huge? And I hope that you see this opportunity for yourself. Again, whether it's just to get started for yourself, or if you want to build a total freedom type of a business, anywhere in between that, absolutely is where you can fit. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that opportunity right now, but I'm going to talk about how you can just get started as a customer as well. So if you don't want to know about the opportunity, that's fine. Just stay tuned and learn a little bit about how to get started and know what's possible, because you never know what's going to change. And in today's world, I think most people are looking for another source, another something to remove what they already have, or to come home and stay home, or maybe you already have enough and you just want to build another multiple streams of income are beautiful. This is an amazing time to make your move, to be able to work from home, to stay healthy, and the possibilities are endless. I think the most important thing is to know what those possibilities are for you and why you might want to do this. For me, it's truly and honestly, I love helping people. I'm born to help people. I've been doing this forever in terms of their just reaching their highest potential. And this is such a glow up, and what it does, and it doesn't you don't have to change your lifestyle to get so many results. You literally put it on and take it off and do that again and again. And that to me is just like the first step for so many things that can happen in someone's life. And that just charges me up. And though I do enjoy and need to make money, I've been pretty much a single mom forever, and I love to live comfortably. I want to make sure I can take care of my kids, and I love to work from home. I've been working from home since 2003. It's just so important to me, and it gives me that freedom to do all the things that I really love to do, which most of the time are just my self-care rituals and my hikes and my walks and my breath works and my meditations. It's just really important that I can do those things and live really comfortably at the same time. So, but again, really comfortably can also be really, really big as well. So just know that any amount of energy you want to bring to this, we have the systems, we have the product. You couldn't build a business like this, or we wouldn't have a $320 million company in the last 3 years without a product that we can stand behind that works. And so when you have that, you can bring any size vision to it. And when we have a marketing plan like we do, the sky is the limit. So please know that while I'm not, just like make the money, you can make the money if you want to make the money. And we can show you exactly how to do that 100%. And, but as little or as much as you want, there's no expectation in that. And I want you to know that. I think that's really important to keep that in mind. But time, freedom, all those things are possible for you. This is our team website. We have the fastest, biggest team, fastest growing, and the biggest team in the entire company. This team is just amazing. And like I said, it's quantum. This is our website. This is the systems that were created by the leadership team, by Onyx Cole and her leaders. And just, again, amazing. Everything you need from soup to nuts, all the training, more in depth on everything, including the compensation plan. I'm just going to give you a brief overview on that just for a second, just so you can see the 4 ways that we get paid. So, and how to get started. But this site has everything. So please make sure you screenshot this or write this down, build331.com, and you can learn everything that you need there. So let's talk about how to get started. Best way to get started is the best way that's most comfortable for you. I think that 90 days is a really great try. So pretty much I don't start anybody on just 1 month. I start everybody at least on a 3-month pack. So, but you can start on one. So here's the deal. You can do 1 month supply, just straight up retail for $150, or you can come in and get 3 months for the price of 2 with our silver pack as a brand partner. Now, as a brand partner, you don't have to sell it. You don't have to share it with other people. You probably will. I pretty much guarantee you will. It's really hard to keep stuff like this behind, like to yourself. And so we encourage that and we want to support you with that. But just nonetheless, 3 for the price of 2 gives you a brand partnership account, and you can activate and decide to share with people, or you can just keep it as a wholesale account and get a better price for yourself and your family or friends. Perfect. You can also come in as a business builder, which is the 5 sleeves, so you can get a 5-month supply for $4.99, but then they'll also give you a bonus of one of our other sleeves that were produced in the first 17 years of the company before X39 came out, or 15 years. So you get that bonus extra sleeve. And this is the level where if you are going to share with other people and you want to be able to make more than $100 a week, then you want to make sure you're at least at this level and that you have what we'll call an auto ship. Well, I'll share that in a minute, so that you can promote. Okay, so this is the level if you really think that you're going to start sharing. And if you start at one, and you can always up level to the next. And then the last third way that you can start as a kit with a pack would be our diamond kit. And this is our serious business builder. This is the one where if you have a network of people, or if you have a storefront, or people with storefronts, or you have couples that want to get started and share for 9 months together, or whatever, things like that, you get a whole pack of sleeves. The beauty of this one is you get the best pricing for each pack. So instead of $99 for the other 2 brand partner kits, you're getting for $84 per month for those sleeves. And the other amazing part of this is if you are going to share with others and you want to build a business, when you do come in at that level or upgrade to that level of diamond, then you don't have to buy any, you don't have to have any sort of an auto ship for the next 3 months. And you get to earn back the highest level of pay back, which I'll show you in just a moment, which means just bringing 3 people in your first 90 days at that same diamond level pays for your entire 19 sleeves. Your entire investment is paid for, and you have everything you need to sample or to continue to start to grow your business. And you're not limited to those 3. You can bring as many people in as you want to bring in those higher commission levels, because they'll pay you at that highest level for 3 months when you come in with that. So that's kind of what I chose. I kind of knew I wasn't going to shut up about it, so I went right for it. Quite often people do what you do, so I figured if I'm going to do that, I think some of the people that I know will probably do it too, of which they did, and it was great. I made my whole investment back, but again, only come in at a comfortable level for you, and we have all of these packs for you just specifically to make it comfortable, and you can always upgrade. Okay, so that's the basics of getting started. Now, let me show briefly on the compensation plan, and then we'll wrap it up here. So if you get started, so the 3 ways we get paid, there's a linear pay. If you sell somebody, or if you get started with just a regular full-on retail, there's a retail profit, and that goes back to the person who signed that person up. You get a retail profit. If you sign somebody up on a kit, one of those 3 kits I was just telling you about, there's a couple of others that aren't really super important, but those main 3, those are the ones that we usually do. There's basically a commission that gets kicked back. So that's like a linear, you sell something and you get a little something back. It's great. Now, also, every single pack that's sold has a value of points to it. And so if you start to build and you have some people getting started over here and you get some people started over here, we really just build these 2 teams. So some go on this side, some go on this side, and then these points, the point value for every product that gets sold, because we only get paid on products being sold, by the way, there's nothing illegal about that, right? I mean, we got to get we sell product. So each product that's sold has these points, and we start to share with more and more people, and some of them start to share, and they start to share, and they start to share, and all of a sudden you have all these points that are being collected in these 2, what I call buckets, on your 2 teams. And basically, without going into more detail about that, you help people get started, you help them help people get started, and so on and so on. The points then start to kick out commissions. This is the second way we get paid. This is the leveraged pay. We get paid on products being moved on these 2 teams that we're building. And there's just a certain ratio on each side, and it kicks out a commission. And this way of getting paid tops off at $25,000 per week. And that's how much you can earn per week if you fill these buckets to that level. Now, that's a lot. but it happens. It happens a lot. So it's absolutely possible. And this is why helping other people to get started and helping other people to share with other people and be successful is how we win as a team, because we help other people get what they want and then we get what we want. And so that's that leveraged way that we get paid. It's amazing. Again, maxes out at 25,000 a week. That's 100,000 a month. That's amazing. And then the third way, this is the legacy pay. This is like that quantum way that we can get paid as we start to grow that team. And we have people on both sides that are also starting to make more money and that are starting to build their teams. We can earn on the commissions that they're making. And I'm not going to go into any detail here. I go into a lot of it on build331.com. Step 9, the compensation plan. I go through this, but just understand the people you bring direct to you, if they start to make those commissions from this compensation part, as they make that, you're making 25% of that when you have, as long as you have just a little qualification there. And if they are also helping other people and it's growing and it's going down the next level you can earn 20%, and then yet another level down. This is unlimited pay that is possible. Like, just, it's really hard to wrap your mind around. If you've been in this type of a business before and you see this, please take a screenshot and understand and go and watch this video that explains this part. This is the unlimited part. By helping other people succeed and build into leadership, should they want to, you can absolutely win from that as well. It's a team effort. So I wanted to make sure I shared those things with you. And the two main qualifications you have to have, just make sure that you have your own auto ship, so that those buckets of points that are happening don't flush out. You have to at least have 55 to be able to earn 55 points. So just one sleeve to be able to earn $100 a week. It'll max out at that though. But once you jump up to gold and you want to make more than that, then you want to have 2 sleeves on auto ship or have some customer base that'll help also. And that way you will be able to max out completely on the marketing plan with your own auto ship. We are paid on products sold. That's so important, but we're a product of the product, and we're taking it and we're sharing it with one other person, or we're sampling it to people. That's why these auto ships are in place. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And here's these last 2 slides. I want to make sure you take a quick screenshot of these. Make sure you get plugged into our Facebook group. This is where we post all events that are happening. This is where we can celebrate people and be tuned in, ask questions, and find out what's going on. Quantum Field Team on Facebook, definitely on YouTube. You want to be part of that. Subscribe, get notifications, and share those events. Go to the playlist so to find out what the events are. Grab the one that's upcoming and share that. Just share, save the little, copy the little link and share that with people throughout the week to get people on those calls. And then, of course, all about the patch and all about the team. I've talked about those 2 sites. So make sure you have these here. And then again, we do trainings, and we have this call that we're going to be doing again next week. We have a Saturday business building call. We have another one on Wednesday that's coming up, where we're just helping people go from getting started to that manager level, having those two just that main 2 people on each side team to get started with the marketing plan and earning some of those commissions. Super exciting. So make sure that you jump in onto those. And I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And there'll be some other things that we'll be, I'm sure, sharing as well when it comes to some new and exciting trainings that are coming up. And yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for your attention and your energy. And I hope you got a lot from this call, and we will see you again on Wednesday.